Hello and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a reading for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for the new moon in Scorpio. And this is a reading from October 27th, when we have the new moon in Scorpio, until the new moon in Sagittarius, November 26th. So as you guys may have heard, I'm not sure yet or not, but Scorpio gets kind of a bad rap. You know, it's a time for like deep, dark sort of emotions. If you don't have a lot of water in your chart, you know, it can be a little bit hard to deal with some of these energies, but that's why, you know, we'll do this spread for you and see, you know, what you can sort of head off and, you know, how you can manifest what it is you want, you know, and set your intentions and manifest them. So Scorpio is really a good time to delve deep into your emotions. Nothing superficial will suffice. You want to have meaningful emotional exchanges at this time, and shadow relationships are just going to be kicked to the curb. There is one caveat with Scorpio new moon. It comes opposite Uranus, which is unpredictable and erratic. So we should approach this sort of season, this time, with caution, patience, and flexibility. We're also entering into Mercury retrograde on October 31st until about November 20th. And that can add like a sort of also like a kinky, funky energy to this time period as well. This is going to be a 5-card reading for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising signs. And if it doesn't resonate with you, go ahead and check your other signs, and also check out my Mercury retrograde readings that are at the end of this video. Okay, so this spread is going to tell us where you are right now, what might be blocking you, what intentions you should set, what information you need to, you know, manifest your intentions, and what positive energy will emerge during this phase. All right, Virgo, so while I'm preparing your cards, I've been pre-shuffling before the camera started, and while I'm doing the reading, I'm just going to ask that you guys go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, comment and share if and only if that's something that you like to do. Okay, so without further ado, Virgos, let's go ahead and get into your reading. All right, the overall energy here for you guys is the Empress, and the Empress is beautiful energy. She's like all of the queens rolled into one. She's Mother Earth, she's nurturing, she's creative, she's pregnant, so someone could be experiencing actual pregnancy, or it could just be, you know, she's pregnant with ideas, you know, projects, and she's, you know, in a constant sort of state of creation, but she's so poised, she's so comfortable, she's surrounded by everything, you know, you could possibly imagine that makes her happy, that makes her calm. She's one with nature. Others feel really good and really feel really good around her. So that's your overall energy. We'll see how that plays out in this reading though. So Virgos, you guys seem to be a little bit you know, on your own at the moment. The High Priestess energy shows us where is Virgo right now. And Virgo may have pulled back. You might be doing a lot of shadow work. We just had a full moon in Aries, and I feel like something from then might have triggered you to do like a real evaluation of A, what triggers you, B, why things are the way they are in your life, and just to take sort of an internal inventory, who you are, how you're feeling, you know, the relationships you have in your life, etc. This is you. I get that you've pulled back. The High Priestess is all about inaction. She's all about sort of coming back, you know, like a fly on the wall, observing what's going on, but then also really going inward. So some of you might be starting, or have started, or will be starting some sort of meditative practice, such as yoga, meditation, Reiki stuff, you know, really trying to, you know, figure out what's going on with you. And I get that you're very, very internally focused here. Okay. There also might be a lot of things going on that you just don't understand. Like maybe you were sort of blindsided. I'm getting with either a breakup or the loss of a job. This may just be for one or two of you, but I feel like there was something that triggered you to really sort of go inward, and whatever you thought was going on, you came to a realization that you weren't seeing things correctly. Okay, and so that's what sort of triggered this very sort of Cancerian response. Even though I don't think you've retreated, because I think Virgo just puts up a cold front, but you've gone inward here. Okay, some of you might also be journaling, is the message I just got. Writing down, doing your intentions, affirmations. I'm just really trying to work out like what's going on. The second card talks about your blocks and maybe something you need to leave behind. And the Six of Wands, this is a fire energy. It's Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. And the Six of Wands is all about victory. It's all about confidence. It's all about having everybody's support, everybody who's in your surroundings supporting you. So your family, your tribe, your friends, people at work, your relationship, people supporting you in what you're doing. And this is funny coming up in the past position, because this card is all about victory, but it also, when you look at it in the whole succession of the wands, the Seven of Wands card is all about sort of fight and adrenaline and staying on top. And I'm getting here, Virgo, like, I don't want to say, I'm not saying you've gotten lazy, because Virgos are not lazy for the most part. I mean, obviously depending on what other, planets you have in your chart, et cetera, et cetera. But, I would never describe, a Virgo as lazy, but you can't rest on your laurels. So whatever's going on, and I think that's what's triggered you to go inward, or triggered you to do the shadow work, or to pull back, because you're realizing that I think you feel like you were missing something, and that you were sort of in this mindset of, I've got this, I know what I'm doing, I've got everything covered, and something came through or something happened that triggered you to think, whoa, actually, I don't feel that stable. Like, even though I've come a long way, or I know a lot, I don't think you're putting yourself down, but I can just see this Virgo, this like thinking man, okay, or woman, and just kind of feeling like, where did that come from? Whether it's a person, whether it was a breakup, whether it was, losing a job or losing a big contract, whether it was an illness, or something like that. Or maybe it was, all of a sudden you're like, how did I get, 20 pounds overweight or something like that? I mean, I don't think it's as commonplace as that, but I think that you're reevaluating like what you know, and maybe contemplating like there's something else going on. Like, I was seeing this situation, and this might be something that happens in Scorpio season. It doesn't necessarily mean that it already happened, but that I was seeing this situation one way, and I feel like it was totally different. My perspective was off. Okay, is the information I'm getting. All right. The third card out is what intentions that you need to set. And this is the Five of Chalices. And this guy's looking back in disappointment. He's lost something. So again, I'm getting that message strong from Spirit. Some of you might have gone through a breakup and just been totally blindsided by it. And you're realizing that, you didn't evolve with the relationship, or you and your partner weren't seeing or experiencing the same things, and so you were really taken by surprise when the breakup happened. Again, it could also be like a loss of a job. I mean, it could be something having to do with your health. It could also mean that maybe you lost someone very suddenly, although I'm not really getting that. But with this Empress energy, it's like this very maternal, sexual, caring, nurturing energy. So, it may have been a partner, it could have been a family member, it could have been a mother as well. Maybe there was a big fight and you're just not sure, you're just sort of taking that sort of internal inventory of, I was seeing this totally differently, and, I got caught off guard. And, setting your intentions, the Five of Cups is like all about, yes, it's okay to go inward, and it's okay to figure out and do the shadow work to figure out what led you to the circumstances that you're going through, or that you will go through, or that you've been through. Remember, time here is also really fluid. But he's looking really longingly, at this home, or at this structure, or at this job or at this stability or at this love or this romance or whatever it might be. And we have this river running through it. And as you guys know, water are all about emotions, but he's really ignoring, you know, all the blessings that he still has. So the intentions here that you need to set are really like show gratitude for what you do have. Also be appreciative of yourself and everything that you've done. You know, sometimes we do get caught off guard. And sometimes we do rest on our laurels when things are really going our way and we've been doing something for a really long time. You know, there are people who've been working the same job for, 25 years, and one day, the company's like, sorry, gotta go, here's your severance package. And it doesn't necessarily mean that it's your fault, okay? It doesn't mean that you're bad, but Spirit doesn't want you to get caught up in that disappointment and that negative and to be vibrating at that negative level, because it's not who you are, and it's not gonna help you. All right. So the next card out is what you need to know in order to manifest your highest intentions. And this is the Knave of Wands. And the Knave of Wands actually came out for Taurus as well. He's been popping out a lot. This is fire energy. So this is Aries, Leo, Sag energy, and the Knave of Wands can be a younger, optimistic, free-spirited type energy. Somebody who's coming out, someone who is maybe a little bit impulsive, maybe a little bit flashy. He's always like really overdressed for wherever he is, but he just kind of doesn't care because that's who he is. And, he or she wanted to wear, these fabulous boots, and it doesn't matter, if they're on a jungle trek, but, these knee-high boots are, beautiful, and that's all that matters. But it doesn't have to be that commonplace or that crazy either. The Knave of Wands is somebody who's an adventurer, somebody who's a traveler, and also has a passion that he's really going for. So, Spirit is saying to me, like, don't let this disappointment or being caught off guard or whatever this situation is, don't let it steal your fire. Don't let it, I'm only thinking in Spanish, apagarte. Don't let it dim your light. Okay, because this is passion, this is fire, this is energy. Virgo, you guys are so steady, you guys are so reliable, and this is where your ideas come from. And this is part of the reason why Virgos are so successful, because they really organize their ideas and then they really go for them and they really make their dreams happen that way. But sometimes, the Virgo analytical mind, okay, and the need to be practical gets in the way of, having fun or, living a little bit. Okay. And so that's the message here from Spirit is like, in order to manifest your dreams, you might have to go out on a limb. You might have to be a little bit bold here, and you're going to have to really make sure you're vibrating at a higher level. The Knave of Wands is all, he's adventure, he's free-spirited. He's like, I've got this. This is great. I'm enjoying every bit of this. And the vibration of the Knave of Wands is really quite high. The only sort of issue with the Knave of Wands is there might not be a lot of planning involved. So, if you do run into roadblocks and you run into sort of obstacles, the Knave of Wands normally, would be kind of crushed by it or might stop dead in its tracks. But Virgo, you guys are planners. You guys are steady. You guys are dependable. You have all of this experience to rely on. And if you couple that with this soul searching and with this shadow work, I know you guys that's not going to happen to a Virgo. Okay. So you guys, you'll be just fine. All right. So make sure you just go out on a limb, live a little free-spirited, passionate, deep down you're a good leader. Okay. And you do really great things. What positive energy will emerge during this phase? Well, you have the Knight of Swords. Yeah. So the Knight of Swords, the energy here is a little bit more mature than the Knave, and the Knight of Swords is somebody who's going for it. And it's funny because you Virgos would be Pentacles, and I don't see any Pentacles in your reading. And the Knight of Swords is air energy. It's Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. And the Knight of Swords is pretty badass. I mean, look at that giant horse he's sitting on top of. So it looks like, you're going to be where you want to be. Your status is definitely going to be elevated towards the end of this Scorpio. And as we're entering into the Sagittarius new moon, you're going to be back up on that horse. I feel like, you were on your horse and you got kind of bucked off. All right. And you kind of went through like a, oh shit moment, or, feeling really disappointed. But Spirit's got your back and you guys are going to be fine. Just make sure you guys don't let this Scorpio season mixed in with Mercury retrograde, like really get you down or get you, don't get too lost in your emotions because it's going to be funky for some of you guys. Okay. And the message here is like, you're going to be back on top of that horse. You're going to have a bigger and better sword here. You just had a wand, which is basically like a big stick. Now that's metal. Like there's a total upgrade going on here with the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords is like no BS. He's willing to cut down anyone and everyone in his path that might get in the way of his dreams. And, I can see Virgo getting behind that, Virgo steady, going for it. So I love that. I love this energy for you, Virgos. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull some oracle cards and see what other messages Spirit has for Virgo for Scorpio new moon. Yeah, this might have had to do with a romance. I feel like you got blindsided. And I think, yeah. Whoa. Yeah, this is a couple. This could be a soulmate relationship. It could be a twin flame relationship, twin flame journey as well. But man and woman, both of you holding hearts. I get that you guys both loved each other. Somebody just had to go. Okay, and Virgo, I'm going to explain this in a minute. I'm just going to pull one more card out. Okay, and patience. Yeah, patience is a virtue, and Virgo, you've got it. All right, so I'm getting a few messages from these oracle cards here. The woman and the man holding a heart. I mean, come on. This is definitely a love relationship. Again, it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. It could be, soulmates come in lots of different ways, shapes, and forms, but I can't really deny these two hearts. This was some sort of romantic relationship. I'm getting that, and I got that from the beginning with this Empress card. You may have been in love with somebody who for you was marriage material, somebody who you thought would be the mother of your children or is the mother of your children, or vice versa, as the father of your children. But I know that you were definitely thinking long term. It had a real earthy, grounded, creative energy that I think you just fell totally, completely in love with and felt so comfortable. I'm just getting somebody like laying in a mossy meadow, like just feeling like when you came home to this person, or when you slept over at their house or whatever, that you finally slept like really well. And when you woke up in the morning and, made tea or coffee or whatever together, like you were in your heaven. And I feel like you were totally blindsided by, I think this person probably, it looks like the message I'm getting, this person left you somehow. Okay. Or maybe you're in the process of that or what have you. But the garden and the gate, it's so funny because this card popped up in I do my own personal readings, daily readings and journaling. And this card popped up and I was having a hard time like getting an intuitive read on this card. It's so weird because I seriously just took this to work with me. I was like meditating on this card. And the garden and the gate, this is somebody who has a lot of financial stability. She's really happy in her garden, but the gate is locked. She holds the key. So this person or you or somebody in this relationship was staying with this relationship because it was comfortable, but secretly they were longing to be outside of that gate. And it's kind of like the trappings of being really comfortable in a relationship or being with somebody because they make a lot of money, but you not really being in love with them. And so one of those sort of scenarios played out for you, Virgo. And unfortunately, I feel like you were on the receiving end. Like you didn't see that this person wanted to be free. You didn't see that this person didn't feel great in this beautiful garden that you guys have, and that you guys were creating, and that this person wasn't as happy as you were, is what I'm getting. But Spirit is saying, have patience. Again, you're going to get a major upgrade. Okay. So that's either going to be, you release this person and this person comes back to you healed, or, you release this person in this situation and something bigger and better is going to come into your life. So those are really the only two options you've got, Virgs. And, patience here is a virtue. This is also a reminder from Spirit that you are divinely guided. You have angels, ancestors, loved ones who have passed, all of them supporting you on this journey. So just be patient. I'm just keep getting Spirit telling me, you're going to get a major upgrade. All right, the final energy I'm going to pull for you guys is She Who Creates, Shiala, creativity, originality, spontaneity. So this is that Empress energy coming out loud and clear, Virgo. This is, I think I have a feeling this person might be coming back to you. This Empress energy, you just have to be patient and do that shadow work on yourself, and everything's going to be fine. Or this is you, this is you creating, you're going to get that upgrade and create a total totally different and new life. Okay, that's definitely possible. And it's gonna, you just do need to be a little bit more spontaneous, like this Knave of Wands card. Love you, Virgs. Thank you.